on, let's go, let's saddle up and fucking take off. And then 2 months later, just like you were saying, Jeremy, it's like, where was that? Where's that energy? Where'd that go? Right? This guy's farting around in six-man tags. It's like, I get that frustration. I understand that. The problem is that if people are hanging their hat on 2019, 2018 New Japan, and you're going to be disappointed because that's a once in a lifetime gig.
Yeah, New Japan had an embarrassment of riches in those years, and we were saying for years, all right, this is great, but who's next? Were they going to start building up? And the roster was loaded. You had your Okadas, Tanahashis, Naitos, Gojo, Ishii, all in their primes, and it's like, this is great, but who's the next star? And they really kind of slowed.
Oh, come on, this shit.
Road, New Japan goes sometimes they're looking slow road, some of that, but we are seeing a lot of these next gen guys in big spots. And Wrestle Kingdom, they've been in big spots throughout the year, but like John was saying, I do think some of the booking is hit or miss on these guys. You look at Show Uno, who's going into Wrestle Kingdom as a challenger, and I feel like the booking did him no favors at all this year. If this was the plan from day one, hey, we're going to put in a young guy from Uno in there, I like Show Uno. We've had some listeners say, oh, man, you guys are really bashing this guy, but I like him. I think he's great, but I think there's just been going to be the guy. Like, why did he win G1? Why did he at least get to the finals, semifinals? Why was he in the finals? He was not in the finals.
This is the Empire Bay Police Department. We have you surrounded. Now with your hands up. If you don't surrender immediately, we will open fire.
Come on, you bitch!
G1
Come on! The fuck is this shit? Let's go! The fuck is this guy?
And then just kind of almost slide his way.
Oh, come on!
One best we can get him. The Osprey, Uno route. I wanted to see Uno beat Osprey. Series of matches every time Uno got closer and closer. That last match they had before Will left the U.S. title.
Yeah.
It was an incredible matchup. Uno looked the ace of the star. Man, I want to see Uno beat Osprey so bad. I want to see that moment. And I feel like he lost, tired, and lost that momentum. And part of that, and I think it's looking for that look. And I've mentioned it weeks now on the show. Like, look at all the practices they're using him off air, his old hair, and he has some short hair now. He's new star.
Oh, get out of here! Get out of here! Oh, come on!
I know some of the new guys have updated renders, Use this one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, when you said that thing about how long did it take to recover your Hashimoto and Shoto,
jump! Yeah, jump!
Just drop those.
Oh, come on!
I mean, there were other circumstances, that helped, the rise and the fall. But yeah, it's we were so fortunate to be around this company and talking about it, connecting with other people that talk about it, and that snowballs into now you're talking to these guys, talking to people in the company, kind of learning a little bit more and more each and every day. We could not have gotten in at a better time. You know what I mean? All four of us, we could not have gotten in at a better time. The problem is that if you're a fan and that's your bar, that's a tough bar. It's a tough bar.
Yeah, and I was just trying to thing sort of list as I heard. And if you sort of analyse the booking through the lens of those rules, then maybe you can kind of sort of piece together a bit more logic out of it. So the first being that the Tanahashi retirement, apparently, and again, say this is just this is unconfirmed rumours, but apparently Tanahashi retirement was supposed to be January 5th. next year. Hence the double dome thing. But then after Okada left, then Tanahashi decided, or the company decided that he had to stick around as an active wrestler for another year. So the January 5th thing ended up being a pivot to the Wrestle Dynasty. And I also heard some whispers that the original plan for January 4th main event was Zack versus Moxley. So, and again, I'm not saying that those are possible or that overnight necessarily, but if you just sort of explore that as a thought exercise, then some of the decisions start to make a bit more sense in terms of the direction for shows that they went over at the start of the year, and then sort of the hard pivot as to where he is now. And obviously, I mean, I think the plan was always to do Naito versus Hiromu, him trying to get the belt off of Naito and calling his shot early. But it's just something to throw out there to think about in terms of.
What's your guys' your gimmick? Behind the Discord?
Pastrami?
Yeah,
No.
we can fellowship, man. Pay for it.
Listen, we gotta boost up that Patreon. We gotta give people tastes, and then
When you say that two white guys when you're like, my knee-jerk reactions, they would never do that. They're already doing so many things right now that I never thought they'd do. That I'm just like, fuck, they might have done that. Who knows?
yeah. I mean, as much as we sit here and say, well, this is New Japan, and this is what they do, and this is, you know, the patterns that they do, in the same breath, I mean, you look at that post Wrestle Kingdom show, you know, that's a crazy TNA-esque, you know, New Japan show. You know, there's just a lot of stuff, like a lot of dream matches that no one asks for. It's really amazing.
Beautiful night, right?
They're the kind of matches where if they happen at PWG, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Right out. Things got out of hand. There's nothing I could do about it.
We had an agreement. Remember? You only get a third of the money if
As
there's
a
any shooting.
wrestling show in a bubble
Let's see
on
what we got
paper,
here.
I mean, there's some stud matches there, right?
Ah,
But in the
shit.
context of like
Something wrong?
New
You
Japan,
bet
and
your
all,
ass
it's
there's
like,
something wrong.
what-
These
like,
stamps
is this
you
like
took have an
fantastic
expiration
fucking
date,
name we're doing?
and that date is tomorrow. So, what exactly does that mean?
It means they're gonna be
Very,
fucking
some
worthless.
interesting stuff coming up there.
But wait,
Very honor
if you
rising.
can get them to the gas station attendants by midnight, they'll be able to stamp them
You
and
know,
redeem it.
Joe,
You
you
better
mentioned
bring
the
it to every gas
FCG
station in
earlier.
town.
Yeah,
They gotta get there by midnight or we're screwed. You don't sell them in time, you get nothing.
Wait a minute, that wasn't our deal. You didn't say anything about any expiration dates.
Well,
it's
shit
the
happens,
G1
doesn't it?
final, and now he's leading
Look,
up
you
to
pull
the
this off, I
final,
won't
and
forget
yeah,
it, trust
things
me.
are going
Now get going.
really well for him. I think
The
he's the
faster
guy
you
that
unload 'em, the
eventually,
more money you get.
Yeah, be world champion next year. Things go the way for him. I feel like Kosei Vegeta is a guy that they're kind of getting it right with. It's his first tournament win this year with Eagles. He's going to the Dome in that junior four-way
I'll
match.
see you around.
Oiwa's being shot so well in TNA him as well. And so, again, I think they're kind of finding the footing for a lot of these guys really well.
Yeah, I'm with Joel. I don't know. They're in a weird spot. They have a lot of talent that they have to produce, that have to produce, and yet they have these little pockets of guys that they bring in occasionally that maybe aren't necessarily full-time New Japan guys. That you're like, oh, that's interesting. You know, your mileage may vary with like a guy like Jake Lee or you know, whomever. Like, I like the fact that they have these guys that they lean on a little bit, that have a little bit more experience to get you through those mid-card moments that, quite honestly, for years have been
Interested in buying some gas stamps?
Sure.
Just keep this between you and me, all right? No problem. Just make sure you do the same. Sure. Sounds good to me.
I disagree. I think we're in a great era. I like Riddle.
Yeah.
Big fan of Ali.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, love it. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
I do think we should, like, in all seriousness, it is exciting the fact that they've got this group of young Japanese heavyweights coming up. Because I've been saying on our podcast for years that has been a massive gap in their roster. Like, even when we were having sort of the glory years of 2018, 2019, there wasn't that sort of next up and coming group of Japanese heavyweights that you think, like, carry the company in the future. Because even then, you're sort of looking at like Sonata and Evil, and even then you can see like probably not going to be the guys. And I've also, talked about before that kind of lost generation of young minds. Looking at guys like Tatsuya Kitamura, Tanamitsu, Tonjo, and guys like that. So they lost like a big group of guys, and I think they for a long time sort of played catch up with that. But now they've kind of restocked the deck.
Good evening, sir. What are you, some kind of pervert?
Suji and Ren and Oiwa and Fujisa and Yu Uemura. So I think that's worth celebrating. They've done a really good job in at least having that talent.
You can overlook this
They
small
might not
problem,
make it
can't
as
you?
top
All
stars,
right,
but
now get out
at
of here
least
before I
they
change
can
my mind.
kick the tires and see how they get on with it.
Where do you put the booking? Where do you put the
Hey, I got some extra gas
like, we're going
stamps.
to
Interested?
post blame
Yeah, sure. I'm interested.
All right, here you go. Fork over the dough.
or
Sure,
the
sure.
struggles that
Here's your money.
this company
Thanks,
might
pal.
have in
Now
getting
forget you
those
saw me.
young guys over. Is that the talent or is that the booking?
I think it's a combination of the two, but I will say this, right? We've been on this show for a long time being like, hey, they've got this long list of guys that are off an excursion. When are they going to bring them back, and how are they going to do it? It feels like they're going to just do it all at the same time, and it didn't happen all at the same time, but it was like within the course of a year, everybody pretty much came back, and they didn't seem to have the firm game plan in place for how they wanted to integrate all those people. I think some of that foresight, that planning was kind of missing there, or that might be. And then, I mean, not for nothing, you guys fucking Hero Pilots a long time ago. The fact that they didn't have this stuff in the pipeline possibilities of all of these departures screams to me that is somebody somewhere, and you guys weren't connected to us, so you probably know who's fucking at fault when it comes to the committee. I don't know who to say for the committee. I guess you kind of ultimately have to sort of throw it on Gatos.
Oh,
Somebody just drove into us. We're bringing him in. Roger that.
You can overlook this small problem, can't you?
Thanks for the contribution to my retirement fund.
Damn, where the fuck you place at?
Good evening, sir.
Hey, you in the market for some surplus gas stamps?
Sure. Where'd you get them? On second thought, I don't even want to know.
Smart man. All right, now fork over the dough.
Yeah, all right. Just hope I don't get in trouble for this.
Don't worry about it. Just keep your mouth shut.
Bye.
also, Delta Radio.
Oh, come on, man. I just had to want it. Oh, we want it.
In pursuit of a hit-and-run driver. 10-4.
Good evening, sir.
Listen, I got these extra gas stamps. You want them? They're yours. Cheap.
Yeah, all right. I'm good with that.
All right, here you go. And keep your mouth shut about this, all right?
Sure thing, buddy. It'll be our secret.
It better be.
Goodbye.
Oh, man.
Evening, mister.
Hey, interested in buying some gas stamps?
Sure. Just keep this between you and me, all right?
No problem. Just make sure you do the same.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
Oh, man.
got some extra gas stamps. You interested?
Yeah, sure. I'm interested.
All right, here you go. Fork over the dough.
Sure. Here's your money.
Thanks, pal. Now forget you saw me. All right, that's the last of them. At least I got some cash. I should head back to Joe's.
Oh, I'll go back to Joe. Go back to Joe. Oh, go back to Joe.
Press Radio News. I'm Lowell Harris. In an update to an earlier story we brought you here at Press Radio News, the massive bombing by U.S. and British air forces of the German city of Dresden continues to take its toll. Fires lit by thousands of bombs continue to burn, with seemingly no end in sight as this major Nazi transportation and communication center is reduced to rubble. The entire city is reportedly in flames, and civilian casualties are expected to be high. Press Radio News, I'm Lowell Harris.
Jeez. Look at this. Didn't know Joe could even write.
We got another job. Something really big. Stop by Freddy's tonight. Bring a piece and some lockpicks.
LA. Classic music for a classy city. Empire Classic Radio.
Hey, look who's here. Where the hell you been? Laying around in bed all day?
I'm entitled to a little rest after that last job, don't you think? What can I get you, sir? Coffee.
Just for now. When Alberto hears about this, the shit is gonna hit the fan. Believe you me.
So, I heard you didn't score too big last
Well,
night.
it wasn't exactly my fault. Shit happens.
All right, come on, relax, fellas. It's a high-risk business. If you don't like it, you can always go break your back working for peanuts down at the docks.
Sorry, Henry, I was just breaking balls, you know. So how about tonight? We still on for what we talked about
See
yesterday?
in a minute.
That is too fucking much, too fucking many. I want my money!
What? Think I'm running some kind of fucking charity here?
Do it.
Who was that?
Somebody you don't need to know right now. All right, listen up. There's a guy who owes the boss some money. He borrowed it from some big jewelry store. He's not paying it back fast enough. We're gonna collect his payment tonight. In jewels. Plus, a little extra for our trouble. Joe, fill him in.
The jewelry stores and the shopping mall in the middle of town. There's no guards at night. So all we gotta do is pick the lock and waltz right in.
It's a little too simple.
Because it is simple. Why's everything gotta be so fucking complicated with you?
I can barely change a light bulb.
Look, don't worry. I thought of everything. I got these phone company uniforms so we can pretend to be fixers something.
Fair enough. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna rob this fuck blind. All we gotta do is wait until dark.
I'm going on your word.
All of these departures screams to me that is somebody somewhere, and you guys are more connected than us. Like, you probably know who's fucking at fault when it comes to the committee. I don't know who they blame that. I guess you kind of ultimately have to sort of throw it on Gato, since the book kind of ends with him. And there were all of those rumors about the disconnect between the booking committee and new management last year, but
Hey, so how'd it go with the
there
board?
was not
What, you mean with Derek?
cohesive for them to have
Yeah, he's a
fully
piece of
prepared
work, ain't he?
for the right
Give
way
you a
to
job?
integrate everybody and prepare for
Yeah,
the loss of all these
I work some guys over.
Josh, I'll tell you
Small
the
time
honest to
crap.
God truth.
He shakes down these hard on dock workers just like he did my old man.
They truly didn't believe he
Well, you
was
didn't
gonna
have to
consider
do it. It's not like he forced you to work for him, is it?
Well,
They really
yeah,
did.
Mother
we
almost
we
did.
heard it. I didn't believe it.
We're whining and
Trust
keep
me,
in touch
I mean,
with Derek.
you know,
Trust me.
we talked
We
about
got better
doing
jobs than shaking
our
down
shows,
wolf rats.
and and how weird this year was. Like, just the amount of people reaching out to us about it, and it crossed like all methods of communication, in the sense of, we had people that you would think, well, why are they asking us? Right? But I had no idea, like, what do you know? And we have people that will tell us what they know, and everything in between. And like, up until the end, it felt like they truly believed he was not real. And
What do you got,
I don't know if there
aversion
was
to
a
red lights?
push to sign him, or to
Got no cop around.
take that off the table. But his mind was made up early. And again, when he hired Barry Loon, I mean, if that wasn't just a prime indicator. Like you don't hire him because you want Japanese representation for your new contract with New Japan. That's not the guy you're hiring. And even then there were, I don't, that's not unconfirmed, and blah blah blah, and some of it is wrestling PR. Let's not tell any of the people who are not behind the doors and the curtain anything going on, because we're gonna run this company like it's 1976. But it was amazing to us how just mind-boggling it was of
Midtown Southport.
there with their pants down. And that, to me, that's maybe the most kind of cold water splash on your face moment for me that year. That was like, because you think, well, it's New Japan Pro Wrestling, and that line mark means something, and this is a real company because they run that building right there, so they gotta be legit. And just the amount of, what are they doing? How are they not planned? How do they not have a plan B? How are they spread? But that encapsulated everything to me of what goes on behind the scenes of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Just like a hazy plan in the distance, but no one really knows 100%, and everyone's kind of left in the dark.
It's that moment that's sort of seared in my memory. I think it was one of the Ubaginius Oro matches where at the end of it, Okada's in the middle of the ring with all his chaos buddies, and he's just spinning around his going, yay! That was the moment, I think, where the penny drops, and exactly as you said, then that was the same phrase in my mind. New Japan with their pants pulled down, and just the whole company looked fucking ridiculous then, with this guy making a mockery of the whole situation as he's walking out the door. That's what the company needed. They needed to kick up the arse and be like, no, this is actually
That was the wrong ass fucking way.
pull your finger out, because otherwise this is going to get much, much worse.
Soviet troops marched into the capital city and battled fierce resistance to expel the Germans from Polish soil, delivering yet another crushing blow to the already crumbling German forces. There are reports of heavy casualties on both sides of the conflict.
Leaving, you have
For Press Radio News,
leaving, you have all these top guys leaving, and they're sitting there with no plan at all. And you're just like, you can't breathe. What are you guys doing? You've always been able to reload. Like AJ Styles left, Nakamura left, and all these guys left. And those years they've been able to kind of reload and push people up. And then, come this time of year where
I thought it was reload and never. That's the same thing. That was the reason. Oh, we got this, guys. Don't worry. Yeah. Got on with control.
Yeah, and speaking of foreigners, when we look back to
open this door.
2019, not only were they not really pushing, that next Japanese heavyweights, they also had a problem where they were relying on foreigners outside of their company instead of relying on LA Dojo. You look back
What the hell is this?
Grinded in the LA Dojo, and they had them.
Come on, boys. The cops will be here any minute. Prove it. Fucking O'Neill? What the fuck is this?
You crazy bastard! What the fuck are you doing?
What the hell are you doing here, you fuck?
You're a little late, Chief. There's nothing left here for you.
So this is our heist. You want to get out of here in one piece, you better hand over everything you've got.
Well, the sign outside didn't say Brian O'Neill's place. If it did, I wouldn't have robbed it. Instead, I would have set it on fire.
Reported at the West Side Mall. Repeat, 1031. Burglary in
Car
progress.
54. We're on it.
And I suggest you get lost before the cops show up.
Fuck!
Kiss my ass.
Got it.
It's like anytime one of their foreign stars gets over, then they're going to get signed up by one of the other companies. So they're in this position where they've got to elevate foreign stars, but
Get him, lad!
Brian, what about the cops?
not too much. Like they can't be too good for the professional wrestling. It's not like they can get someone else. So like Zack Sabre Jr. and David Finley, that's like a sweet spot for like the game kid kind of turning that line as well.
Damn! It is a weird. One of the more.
Fucking way.
Gotta get the fuck out of here.
What the hell are you waiting for? Get him, lads!
Brian, what about the cops? Come on, let's get out of here.
I'm trying.
What's the fuck?
One of the better things that happened for
Shit!
And what we were able to accomplish there, having that show in an empty warehouse, and yet there was some appeal, and we did see guys that we were like, okay,
Keep those assholes off my back.
And
Almost got it. Hold them off just a little longer.
the main roster. It never really felt
Piece of shit, open up. Okay, got it. We're out of here. Vito, come on.
maybe there was a time when you were like, okay, Lawler
Freeze!
or
Police! There's no way out!
Like on that roster, you could maybe hand select 3, 4 full-time guys going over there, and it never really happened. Yes, there was a World Tag League here and there. Yes, there was an occasional match here and there. But it never really developed into something where you thought, like, this would be a great team.
Shit, another dead end.
And the goal of Strong is to make the main roster, where they try to make it a pseudo promotion that was comparable to that of Ring of Honor or Pro Wrestling Gorilla, or something that has some staying power in the United States.
We gotta go this way. It's our only shot.
I gotta be honest with you. I'm not at the point where I need to despise US shows.
Crazy, it's covered in ice. One slip and we're dead.
We have no choice. I ain't going to the joint.
Where it's like, if I never watch another US show, I don't feel like I would miss much. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I would miss all that much. It's not like I'm missing guys that are going to potentially be on the roster. We know that's not going to happen. Like, there are guys that take one of those opening matches. You know? But there's a perfect example, right? So the gimmick there is we're going to have this match where you're continuously the opening match of the show, right? In front of 1,000 people. I would be like, I'm gonna lose. I want to be on these shows and get paid $25. I'm good. I'm going to go somewhere else.
Get your ass over here. You're waiting for a formal fucking invitation?
But
Over there! Shoot!
You know, at a certain big show in the U.S., the end result is,
I think I just
you're
shit
earning a
myself.
spot.
Where'd they go? They must have gone this way, Sarge. Oh, fuck that. I don't get paid enough for this.
Wherever. You know what I mean? If it's G1, fine.
This way. This should take us to the street.
Fine. Whatever it is, but like that reward of, okay, I'm the top guy in Strong. I'm the top young lady in Strong. That's where I'm going next. And that never really developed. Never really developed. And then we became this pseudo New Japan Pro Wrestling show that really isn't a New Japan Pro Wrestling show. I see the line mark and I hear them count to 20 in Japanese. But aside from that, I don't feel like I'm a New Japan Pro Wrestling. Because it's a strange thing, right? When Strong did get the glimpses of their proper blue chip prospects, I remember talking to really Strong tapings and probably in the arena, seeing guys like Buddy Murphy, I can't remember what his name is now, but he come through. He worked a couple of times. I remember saying, like, wow, this is some proper talent. There's a real upside here. Brody King. Yeah, another one, really good example. So anyone who's actually really talented is going to get snapped up. And then the guys we get left with are guys that New Japan don't see the value in paying for them to go to Japan. You know, they could have played for them twice if it's something like that's what better like it.
Almost got it.
Yeah, they won that title match this past weekend. And,
okay,
Rocky was out.
we're out of
These
here.
guys been
Vito, come on.
4 years ago. That's right, Rocky. Now somebody paid for them to fucking go to Japan. So
Henry's never gonna believe this. Stupid bastards. Let's go.
And again, you mean to tell me a team like that couldn't do World Tag League? Again, I'm saying that as if their calendars are completely open. Like they don't have a shoot job or something like that, right?
Look at the Irish my hands.
I don't know
what's that? Brian O'Neill. Crazy big bastard. Not too bright. Usually works his eye and muscle.
Yes,
I didn't think he was the brains of the operation.
Yes, they run
shit, come on, get out of the light. Let's go. Come on.
Don't worry. Give me a bag. I'll go ditch the goods.
This past weekend. Like they do have those moments.
Meet you back
but
home.
Once again, it's
like
get
pinched on the way there.
I don't know. It could have been so much more and so much better, and they totally missed the mark and missed the ball, and they don't know what they want to do. And
yes,
that's a big problem.
I for one really like the LA Academy showcases, and I love Tamashi, so I'm going to disagree with all you. Yeah, here's one thing I do want to bring up. All right, and this is one beef I have, and I've never said anything negative about your guys' show. There's one thing I'm going to say.
Oh, come on.
Joel always gets all the credit for covering Strong as hard as he did, and all credit to you guys, because I've been listening, because he does and did cover Strong, but we too covered Strong just as hard during that fucking pandemic.
I'll tell you right now, I watched maybe 4 shows.
We watched those empty arena shows. Hey, we watched El Fuego.
Yeah, I feel like the brands kind of exist in 2 different universes, even though you have some of the guys coming over. And you think that New Japan Strong, that brand now, is a detriment to New Japan in America. So I feel like the draw of New Japan
medium build.
New Japan wrestling to America, and really has to bring all the stars to a big show, and rather than just a talent match, getting an intercontinental title match. They're bringing all these guys and stuff pretty trips, especially in competing. But I feel like now they're kind of bastardized New Japan and America. Also, I mean, that whole global expansion was on the map. They were trying to do all this. That mid on the map and trying to do the whole US thing and just to that blue and strong blue. You know, you're not getting really New Japan. Sure, they might throw you in LIJ or kind of bit. They might give you,
Kushima?
Yeah, my man Kushima. Like TNBA match. Not really, except for battle match. Not really getting all the top stars in big spot in big moments. I mean, last show before this one, we had Gabe Kidd and Cheetah, which love those guys, but for a big show. US, is that what made it into show? No, last night we had Mercedes Bazooka, which was an excellent match. But again, is that New Japan? Like, is a New Japan fan going to be attracted to Mercedes Bazooka? Or are you trying to get like the AEW Joshi fan, which I guess you should all try to get all fans, but like for traditional like New Japan Pro Wrestling show, I don't think they're really doing a great job hitting that mark in the US anymore. And I feel like that strong brand is kind of bastardized everything. Like, it should just be called New Japan Pro Wrestling. We don't need the strong anymore. We don't need strong titles and tag titles and women's titles and all this stuff. Like, women.
Nice, Jeremy. Everything you said hits the nail right on the head.
Suspect is about 6 feet tall, dark hair, medium build. Copy that.
Yeah, at least they didn't do a proper match on the show, so yeah, that is not direction.
It was single one. That's like the first.
Because they weren't in Philly. They weren't in Philly. They didn't have to have the Philly street having to be and promotion. They run that fucking building over there at 2300. You've got to have a Philly street fight. If you don't, the fans will buy it.
Well, AEW's about to have Tijuana Street Fight. This is like AEW's about to have Tijuana Street Fight more than you know why they do that? They probably do it because they don't want to go back. Damn! Can't feel like that's like, we're
so they're like, oh, we'll just call it Tijuana and no one can question it. But it's like, well, I got questions because now you're in Orlando. I can't just be in Orlando Street. Like, what does Tijuana have anything to do with this match?
Whoever names these shows, right? I wish they were on a show in New York and they were called like New York City. New Japan and Pro Wrestling 9/11 charging you. Like what? It's not a big deal of a show.
It's kind of the big name with the SS.
So, we just talked about like, the US and sort of the global expansion. Have you guys been feeling about partnerships? Come on! Dynasties with a lot more stuff.
I got a bitch! I got a fucking bitch!
It was interesting, guys.
Ain't got a bitch!
Using New
Japan. I couldn't get into my fucking house!
There's Rev Pro, Impact.
Ain't got a bitch with the money!
Kind of talk about the US, but I guess their partnerships. How are you guys feeling about that?
Well, listen, Rocky needs to work too, you know. That's the guy needs to put food in the table. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it feels that way in the sense of, wow, we have a lot of partnerships, and wow, Rocky Romero is second from the top on all these shows. That's crazy. That's amazing how that works out. And then on a lot of these songs, we do see a lot of
more news on this story as we receive it.
I'm sure it is a.
Let's get back to our regular programming on ECLA Empire
as long as it's
Radio.
You know, I think from a U.S. perspective, it is a easy way to put people on a show and fill out a show on the show. I mean, like, if we're being honest, I mean, it is a fun, and it's not like they're you know, the people that they're bringing in are garbage. They're very good, but again,
requesting a roadblock on the uptown side of the bridge.
As opposed to anything that really feels cohesive with New Japan Pro Wrestling. They've had partnerships throughout their history. And sometimes they press harder on the gas, and sometimes they'll ease up. I think the partnership is good in the sense that it is a cost-effective way to fill out these U.S. shows. I think it's a thing where if they're in a pinch and they need talented bodies to help fill out a card, they're there, both in the UK. And again, we get, CMLL gets to reap some benefit from that and get some new fresh talent in the mix there on a promotion that, arguably is promotion of the year. So, look, I can't say from a fan perspective that this is a marriage made in heaven. The AEW stuff, quite frankly, I could do without. I honestly, and I like the fact that you have guys that can get on national television in a heartbeat, right? And there are more eyeballs on them than they probably would in any other of methods that are available to them. I just think it's a weird dynamic. I don't know who it's helping. I don't know who it's helping. But aside from long shows where they're counting the loot at the end of the night, we're in the red or we're in the black. I don't see. I guess when this was first thought of and first announced and first kind of put into motion, I think people had a vastly different idea of what this could be and what it should be. And what it is now, it's Fire Pro Wrestling. It's, again, dream matches that nobody really even thought we would even want. And on paper, they sound cool, but in the grand scheme of things, it's fantastic to be in the US.
Yeah, it's cool matches in a vacuum, and I sort of liken it to having a sort of relationship, like a fuck buddy, with someone who's really, really attractive, but you start getting carried away, and you start thinking, maybe we'll get married and have kids, and just forget that shit, because they're just not reliable enough for that. But when you do them about, you always have a good time. And I've been a bit sort of softer on the AEW relationship than a lot of people this year, because I think New Japan have got some really cool stuff out of it, like the Takeshita G1 run, brilliant. Getting Kenny Omega at the Tokyo Dome in a singles match, brilliant. I'm not going to turn my nose up at that. But I do genuinely think that Tony Khan's intentions for the partnership are good. I think he really loves New Japan and wants it to work out, wants to do right by them. But
not at his expense.
Well, I don't know, man. I've heard that he's put his hand in his pocket when it comes to AEW guys taking these New Japan dates in the States. So I think, I don't know, whoever's sent me that line might be trying to give it a bit of spin there. But my point being that I don't think he's like the boogeyman that some New Japan fans make him out to be. I just think it's a sloppy shop over there, and it's so disorganised that it's impossible to have any sort of long-term build or anything meaningful, because I think any plans that they might have had, even thinking of stuff for January 5th, have just been blown up and tossed in the bin and had to be rebooked on the flight. Because barely any of that makes sense. It's like you said, it's Fire Pro random select fun. So I made my peace with the AEW relationship. I know what it is now, and I sort of keep it at arm's length and enjoy the cool matches when they come. Brian Danielson stuff was that this year. That's been great. So I don't think we should handwave that, because there's been a lot of really cool stuff to come out of it that has benefited Japan. Mainly, when it comes to partner relationships, I just want guys who are talented and hungry. I think being hungry is a really important part, because I don't want big stars coming over who are just sort of going through the motions. I want guys who